The Moon Festival, also called the Mid-Autumn Festival or Mid-Autumn Day, is second in importance only to the Spring Festival. It falls on the 15th day of the 8th lunar month when the moon is believed to be the fullest and roundest. Members of the family gather together for a reunion dinner and to appreciate the moon while eating mooncakes of various flavours. It is also a festival for farmers to celebrate their harvest. With more than 3,000 years of history, it essentially could be compared to the Chinese Thanksgiving. The Moon Festival legend talks about Hou Yi, the legendary archer, and Chang'e, who eventually became the moon goddess. Once upon a time, there were 10 suns in the sky. One sun at the moment is causing us enough trouble. Can you imagine 10? The Emperor of Heaven summoned Hou Yi to shoot down 9 of the suns. Hou Yi succeeded. Hou Yi was rewarded with the elixir of immortality. Hou Yi wanted to spend his life with Chang'e forever, so they decided to share it on the 15th day of the 8th lunar month when the moon was round and bright. One of Hou Yi's greedy students overheard them and wanted it all for himself. He forced Chang'e to give him the elixir. She knew that she couldn't overpower him. With no other choice, she drank it all by herself. Hou Yi could only watch helplessly as his beloved wife flew to the moon and realized everything was too late. Every year on the 15th day of the 8th lunar month, he made moon-shaped desserts to honor his wife. And that's why we eat mooncakes. Okay, so you met this handsome fella before. It's my very good friend Rocco, and today we are just reviewing some mooncakes. I got 4 different sets of mooncakes here today. I've got the most traditional here, and then we got a kind of like semi-modern, semi-traditional one, which has got like the runny egg yolk, and then we got the Shanghai Classic, the meat ones.
Very nice.
And then lastly, I think we should finish it off with the Bianpi Yuebing, the iced skin mooncake. Which one do you want to try first? You want to try the most traditional first?
Traditional one first.
Right.
I read this post online like a few days ago. Did you know that one like proper mooncake is equivalent to like 3 bowls of rice in terms
Yeah, I
of
read
calories?
that. Yeah. So it's like 3 Mars bars. You don't have to finish it. We literally just have a few nibbles. So let's rip it apart.
Ooh. Red beans. Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers, mate. I mean, it's a bit dry, ain't it?
It's so dry. And the texture is like a brownie almost. It's not even moist.
Right. But that sweet bean paste. Like, remember we talked about this before. Chinese food doesn't have a lot of sugar, but my gosh, this is like a bang to the head. It's incredibly sweet.
Mate, for the next few bites it's gonna get smaller and smaller and smaller. Mate, that's probably like a bowl of rice already in terms of calories.
The pastry is quite nice though. The pastry is quite oily, flaky, definitely rich. Okay, so next up, let's try the lava mooncakes, this is like semi-traditional and semi-modern as well. So these are actually chocolate ones here, which probably have a chocolate runny center. And then we have the lava cheese one, which sounds really interesting. Those are chocolate ones here, lava caramel. To be fair, this actually sounds like a proper modern dessert as opposed to a traditional Chinese thing. So I'm quite looking forward to this one. So, chocolate. Did the lava come out?
Yeah.
All right, let's have a look.
Look, it's like a cream egg. Like literally.
Oh, look at that. Look. That's like chocolate lava cake, isn't it?
Yeah. I think this is mozzarella.
But it's in the form of mooncakes, which is really interesting. This is essentially like a brownie. I mean, it's not like a traditional dessert anymore, is it? Cheers, man. Let's try it.
And the proportion is pretty nice. Like, you can eat in one mouthful. Because normal mooncakes are massive. You cut it and then you share it.
This definitely appeals to the youngsters, I think.
No, that's a different story compared to traditional ones.
Yeah. This essentially tastes like a cheesecake. It doesn't taste like mooncake. It's just in the shape of a mooncake. It just tastes like a modern dessert. But I like the gooey center it has here. Oh, that's lovely.
Nice.
Next up, we have the xianrou yuebing, which is the Shanghainese classic, the meat mooncakes. Ground pork inside. I think this is actually really nice. So only really popular in the Shanghai and Suzhou area. Cheers, mate.
Cheers, bro. So this can like legit fill you up because there's meat inside.
Yeah, it's ground pork, and I'm gonna rip it apart. Just go for it. Just go for it, mate.
It's like a Chinese pastry.
It's like a Chinese pork pie, isn't it? It's essentially like a pork pie. It's like a mix between a Cornish pasty and a pork pie.
Oh, the meat is nice. It's like the meat in xiaolongbao and the dumpling meat. It's not as juicy though, but it's still pretty good.
What do you think of the pastry?
Yeah, the meat itself is not as, the pastry's not going to be juicy, is it? But the meat.
It's got very flaky pastry. It's got relatively juicy meat inside. You think the best one yet?
To my liking, yeah. Like meaty pies.
Alright, lastly then, we have the bingpi yuebing, which is like, it's literally like a dessert now. I don't think, this is like the least mooncake type of them all. I have two here, and I think they're actually coffee flavored.
Oh, nice.
So it's very modern. So I noticed just now, don't rip this apart, because now it doesn't look appealing at all.
Close your eyes when we eat it.
But this is literally like an ice cream dessert. It's kind of like Japanese mochi, right? It's very similar. So let's give it a try.
What's that white bit in the middle?
I have no idea, mate. No idea. Try it. Cheers.
Cheers. It's not spongy.
That's delicious. That is. That coffee.
Coffee flavor's not like too rich. You can get a taste of it, but it's...
This is like the most modern Chinese dessert there is, and it actually doesn't have a lot of Chinese traditional flavors anymore. It just tastes completely a bit Western, really. It's got that coffee taste. It's cold. It's literally like, how would you describe this? It's not like an ice cream, but
it's not. I was expecting it to be like an ice cream, like the ones I've had before. It's just like literally ice cream inside. But this one is more like, it's not like a pie. It's not like like a chocolate bar. I think the closest thing to it is probably like those Mars bar, but like the frozen, like the lollipop ice bar.
Right.
So when you bite into it, it's a bit spongy. It's cold, but it's not very like solid.
It tastes nice though. What do you think?
It's mushy.
Yeah. Well, there you go. We tried 4 different types of mooncakes today. The traditional, the semi-traditional, semi-modern one, the completely modern one, and the meat one. And we came to the conclusion that Rocco likes the meat one best.
That's what men would. And yourself?
but I do like the traditional one best, although it doesn't taste the best. But I think that's how a traditional mooncake should be, in my honest opinion. Alright, we'll see you next time.
See you next time.
Bye.
If you enjoyed this video about mooncakes, please feel free to check out some of my other videos. I think they're equally as entertaining. And please feel free to subscribe as well. It means so much to me as a brand new content creator. Thank you.
Okay. Just filming stuff. Listen.
Don't move away too far.
Oh, look at it go.
It
doesn't look that nice on camera, does it? Oh my gosh.
It looks like a tongue yuan. Mate.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
That was an epic failure.